Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Picks edition of the MLB Gambling Podcast, sponsored by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We're brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus bets when you sign up with the promo code MLB SGPN. All right, we're back with another episode. It's been me and D-Rock. Did we go last week, D-Rock? I think we went last week.
I think so, yeah.
I think we went okay on the episode, if I can remember. But, I'm here with D-Rock. Start off the week. Hopefully we can get off with a bang. I know everybody's tuned in to college football or has been tuned in to college football this weekend. But, we still got some winners on the MLB Diamond. Hopefully we can get to. D-Rock, how you doing? How was your weekend?
It was good. College football's been treating me well. Baseball, not so much. I mean, and soccer too. Shout out Mal for giving me all the bad picks. Man City did not get there, and Forrest got absolutely fucking hosed in the game today. So we need some winners because baseball 0-2 today on Sunday, 1-1 on Saturday, Friday 0-1, Thursday 0-2. I'm telling you, kid, I am due.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, you should be able to sweep the board. I usually dial it back around this time simply because of, unless it's like some spots here and there, but it's hard to find like value in some of the things that we generally rely on early in the season, simply because, we got most of these teams who are pretty much out of the playoff picture, and surprisingly, some of them are playing well. Like we saw the White Sox have a stretch. We saw the A's have a stretch. Like we saw a lot of these teams have stretches where they've been playing good and they have nothing to play for. Colorado was playing good for a stretch. So.
White Sox won today.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? And they went to extras last night with the Yankees and probably should have won. But I think they had one on third, one out, couldn't get it, strikeout, and then a line out. So yeah, but I mean it's tough. Hopefully you bounce back here. Hopefully I can give some winners out as well.
But I agree. I've been dialing it back. I say that I've had 4 or 5 losing days, but I only bet 2 plays a day, like if that, and I've really scaled it back. So yeah, we give picks on every game, but we're not going to the window, or at least speaking for myself, I don't go to the window with all these plays.
Yeah, if I'm gonna bet something, I'll definitely let people know. Of course, the best bet, I'm like 99% betting or already have bet, and then some of the stuff that we talk about with the end, if I really like it. I'm pretty sure the listeners already know that after quite a few years of what we've been doing. So yeah, we'll jump right into it, man. But before we do, I want to talk to you about the free roll football contest. It's back, free to enter, picking every NFL game against the spread. NFL starts on Thursday. Don't get caught with your pants down because we got a game on Friday as well. $3,000 to the first place. $4,000 if you're a Patreon. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/free roll. Plus, we got 25% off everything in the merch store, promo code football. Make sure to check out the MLB merch in there as well. And SGPN also just launched their NFL Survivor contest, $100 entry, winner take all. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. All right, dear, as we were talking, I was talking about games that are off the board. So we only have 3 that are off the board, and we're starting off with one with Miami against Washington. We got a 105 pitch start. Gusto, I see, is the pitcher for Miami. I don't see anybody or haven't seen anybody for Washington all day. Did you have anybody as well, or do you have any thoughts on the game? I didn't have a ton.
Yeah, I think they're bringing up Andrew Alvarez, rookie for the Nationals. And to be honest, like this is one of games like Lonte and I were talking about. Like I'm personally not going to bet this game. Right. I don't want to bet either side. Ryan Gusto's not good. Nationals, they're bringing up a rookie. He's making his first start in the majors. I really don't want to back him either. Both of these teams stink. I know Marlins always give the Mets a run for their money, but Nationals, they've lost, 7 in a row?
Yep.
They're broken offensively. Honestly, I would take the over if anything. My total came out to 9.3. I think Ryan Gusto, against him, their offense might get going a little bit. Ever since coming over from Houston, 9.77 ERA, and he's been unbackable. You got 2 bad pitchers. I'm not a fan of Alvarez. You 2 bottom 10 bullpens. I think we'll see some runs here. So depending on what the number is, I would take runs if anything.
Yeah, that's the first place I looked at. I looked at runs, but obviously with the new pitcher, you kind of don't have a ton of data on him as far as at the major league level, and we all know that the minors can be up and down, kind of depending on the competition that they play. So I don't really put a ton of stock in it. I'm a guy. I know me and Mal are opposite in this. Mal's a guy who likes to bet on pitchers making their debut simply because of the data. I like to fade them.
Same.
Just that's just me. I mean, I don't really have a science to why, but that's just typically what I do. Unless it's somebody like Skeens that's coming up that we have seen dominate, in college and in minors that at an absurd level like Skeens did. So
real quick, Lonte. Yeah. Remember, I think it was like 2 days ago, Walker Buehler was released by the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah. Is he back with the Dodgers?
Just signed to the Phillies.
Oh, shoot.
They did miss Zach Wheeler. He's out for the year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of Buehler, but
he's trash, I think.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him, but I thought he would just go back to be honest, I thought he would just go back to the Dodgers. Me somewhere too. where he's comfortable and where he kind of knows what, and he will slot in as probably like the fourth or fifth guy, if that.
That's good for us, for the Met fans.
Yeah. Extra four runs for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But we'll move on to the next game. We got Toronto and Chris Bassett traveling to Cincinnati to face the Reds. Hunter Green is going -135 for Cincinnati, +115 on the take back for Toronto. I'll start us off, D-Rock. I like Cincinnati in this spot. I know that they are not performing at the type of level that they had been prior. They're 2-8 last 10. I like Hunter Green. I'm not a fan of Chris Bassett. He's got no wins since July 23rd. Oh, he's got an 8.22 ERA in his last 6, or 6.22 ERA, in his last 6. He's got some walk issues as well. Toronto's just like middling, like 500 over the last 10. I like Green. He's faced a tough stretch of opponents with two stretches, 2 of the last 3 starts. Philly, the Dodgers, and then the Angels. But he's been solid since he's returning. I think the price is a little bit short. I'm going to take Cincinnati at home.
Yeah, I think Hunter Green is definitely the better pitcher here, but man, the Reds can't buy a win.
I agree.
They did win today, but 2-8 their last 10. I just think offensively they're broken. So does it really matter how good Hunter Green winds up being? I just don't think the Reds can keep up offensively. I know the Blue Jays haven't been much better, but they've been playing the Brewers to their credit. Big win today, but maybe against the Reds, the offense will come back alive, but with Chris Bassett on the mound, can't do it. He's terrible on the road. And I think instead of the Reds full game, I'm going to take the Reds in the first 5. I think with how good Hunter Green has been at home, I think he's going to do a good job limiting the Blue Jays bats, travel situation for them as well, eliminate the bullpens. I trust Hunter Green right now, and I think he's going to be able to slow down Toronto. Give them 1 or 2 runs, and I think they could get it done in the first 5.
Yeah, definitely 3 can get it done. But 2, I think if you give him 2, he'll be able to do that. But that's a good call. Good call by you. Maybe first 5 under. What else up here? Look for me. So moving on to a 110 start time. We got the Detroit Tigers hosting your New York Mets. D-Rock. Even on the books, 110 on each side. We got Manaea facing off against Morton. Total 8.5. What you got for this one?
Oh, man, I don't want to back either side of this one, too. I do think we'll see some runs here. We've seen a ton of runs from Met games recently. 4 of the last 5 games have ended in double digits. Overs 8-2 in their last 10. And 2 of these pitchers are just very inconsistent. Manaea has been a little better as of late, but he's still given up 2+ runs in 5 straight games. All 5 of those games ended in double digits. And on the other side, Uncle Charlie, he's just the definition of inconsistency. Yeah. 3 of his last 4 starts have went over this number. Tigers, they're much better at home offensively. Had a good win today on the road against Kansas City. They rake against lefties. I just think this is a bad spot for the Mets and Manaea. My total came out to 8.9, so I do think we'll see some runs here. You said total's at 8.5, correct?
8.5, yep. 8.5.
Yeah. Give me the over here.
Yeah, I actually like your Mets in this spot, man. It's not the best. It's not the bet, but a bet, I would say. I don't really trust Morton. I don't really trust Detroit right now. I mean, what they're 1-5 in their last 6. The Mets 6-4 the last 10. I know Miami. You talked about them having issues with Miami. That's been a constant theme this year, and they played in shootout. So I'll agree with you with the over. Manaea's coming off a good outing versus Philly, which was a good Philadelphia team who's playing well. He's good. This is his best outing of the month. I mean, he has 17 earned in his 17 combined prior to that start. His swing and miss stuff is there. So, like, he's making teams miss. And Detroit's kind of hit or miss with their lineup. So I do think that the Mets can score enough on Morton, who's got 8 walks in his last 3. You talked about his inconsistencies. I definitely agree with that. So I'm going to take the Mets here at even. I thought they should be probably about 120. So, I mean, not a ton of value, but I do think the Mets are the better side in this specific matchup. So I'll take the Mets minus 110. I agree with you on the over, though. I can see, 6-4, 7-6. I can see anything of that nature. So we'll move on to the next game, 1:35 start time. We got the Boston Red Sox with Brian Bayo on the mound, minus 150 against the Cleveland Guardians, plus 125. Rookie sensation, we got Mezek going, left-handed pitcher. Total is 8.5. You know what, D-Rock? Like, I wanted to take Cleveland in this spot, but then, I mean, I just can't do it against Bayo. I mean, Bayo has been really, really good. If by my count, he has 2.09 ERA in his last 6 starts. He's been really good at home, has been all year. Mezek, small sample size, of course, but back-to-back quality starts, 1 combined run in those. He's got good control, 12 Ks and 1 walk in those games. Cleveland's on a 4-game winning streak after losing 6 in a row. But I think it's kind of I think it's a sell high spot for them. Mezek's going on the road against a hot Boston team. They've won 7 of 3. They didn't have the best weekend against Pittsburgh, but I trust Bayo. I trust the offense. Boston's pretty good against lefties. The last I checked, I think they were above average against lefties. So I'm going to take Boston in this spot. I may look at a team total over as well. I'm pretty sure that's going to be like 4.5. But 150 is like fringe, my cutoff, unless I absolutely have to love the game. So I'll probably just end up laying a half a run in the first 5. But I do like Boston. I think Boston's a perfect parlay piece for something a little bit later on in the card.
Yeah, I like first five under in this game.
Okay,
I think cool. 2 solid pitchers. Bella's been really good in August. Only 2 runs given up at home in the last 12 innings. And the Guardians are a bottom 5 offense. They're only averaging 3.86 runs per game this year. The kid Parker Masaryk, he's been good, man.
Yeah, he's good.
You mentioned it. 2 small sample size, only 2 starts, but just 1 run given up in 13 innings. And it was against the D-backs and the Rays. I think that's really good stuff. He doesn't give up the long ball. Walks aren't there. He gets a lot of ground balls. And honestly, just like at the Red Sox offensive pass series against the Pirates, kind of underwhelming. So it's going to be a cloudy night, winds blowing in. And I think, I know you're in North Carolina, but me in the Northeast, the temperature has cooled down.
Yep,
Fall is here, so we're going to start to see less runs. Keep that in mind. I think we see a low-scoring game. I do think Red Sox win the game, but I would take a low-scoring in the first 5.
That's a good call by you. Yeah, weather's starting to heat up. Feels great to me, man. I
love it. It's the best time.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. And definitely before you get all that snow and you have to start bringing out the snowplow up there where you are. But yeah, so we'll sneak in one more before the break. So Houston Astros, I don't see a pitcher for Houston. Do you have a pitcher for Houston?
Yeah, it's Luis Garcia.
Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, so we got Garcia, $1.50 facing off against the Angels with Kikuchi, plus 125. Over under is 8.5. What you got from this one, D-Rock?
Yeah, as much as I like Yusei Kikuchi, I just can't back him on the road. I think the Astros should win this game. My numbers made him a minus 145 favorite. Kikuchi 1-7 straight up on the road, 5.25 ERA. He's given up 4+ runs on the road in 3 straight games. Angels are 1-6 in his last 7 road starts. I'm not saying Luis Garcia has been much better, but the last 2 starts have been very solid, and it was against the Blue Jays and the Rays, who, in my opinion, are just better than the Angels. Halos 3-7 straight up in their last 10. They stink on the road, bottom 3 bullpen in the league, and the Astros are solid against left-handed pitchers. So I just think this is a good spot for them. So I would take the Astros. I think at home they get the job done.
Yeah, I think you hit on a lot of the stuff that I was going to hit on. I love the Astros in this spot. Their offense has not looked good, although they're 6-4 the last 10, but it just hasn't looked really good, and the quality of opponent has not been good. So that's kind of a pause for cause for me. I would expect them to get a little bit more, and maybe it's a lot to do with continuity because they're bringing in Yordan, and they got to get. I mean, Correa's been there for for a few now, but still implementing those guys back into that lineup, guys moving up and down in the spot. So maybe they're getting comfortable. That's what I'm chalking it up to. But like you said, Kikuchi on the road. I mean, 14 earned in his last 3 on the road, 4+ in 3 of his last 4 games. Can't trust him here. I love the way Houston hits left-handed pitching. I took the -1.5 as well. I mean, I think if you want to link them up with, who was it that we just talked about with the -150 price?
Red Sox.
Red Sox. If you want to link them up with the Red Sox, you can get a good plus price on that. So I like the Astros. What do you think about the Astros, like playoff wise? Like, what do you like? What are your just overall thoughts about that?
I think they're banking on a lot on Yordan Alvarez, if I'm being honest. Okay. And I don't know. I think they should win the division just because Seattle's terrible and they have the experience. But I don't know. I mean, the AL's wide. I think the whole league is wide open.
It is. That's why I asked. Yeah.
They're going to get in, and depending on who they play, I think they have a shot against anyone, honestly.
I think the postseason, they turn it on, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, they turn it on. They got the familiar foes. Jordan's coming back. I mean, he's not been playing well, but, I mean, he'll get there. He'll get there.
Will he?
I think he will.
I think they think that. I don't know.
I think that, too. I mean, I mean, listen, as a Yankee fan, trust me, I've seen it.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it far too many times, man. I mean, they just hit a new level. I mean, I know Dusty's not there, but they just when that season changes and it's time to really play, like they'll have a guy emerge. I mean, we saw Pena emerge that the one you like. I mean, so who knows? Like, I got nightmares about Houston, man. I really do.
I think at home, if they get some home field as well.
Yeah, the crazy thing is they haven't been playing well at home. They generally play well at home.
Yeah,
year after year, but this year has been a little bit down. Which is
still
weird.
11 games over 500. Though.
Yeah, typically that's about like closer to 20 though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are usually a wagon.
Yeah, so. Yeah, but before we move on, let's talk about mybookie.ag. That's who we're brought to you by. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builders is second to none. Their motto is is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit, lightning fast, easy payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN MLB for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. I don't know if we have, I'm saying that this is kind of impromptu. I don't know if we have a code, if our code works for this. So I would just say use SGPN and not MLB. I'm not 100% sure, but try both. If they don't work, just hit me up. I'll find it out for you. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. NFL is back on Rhythm. Last season, Rhythm was 76 and 66 ATS and 22 and 19 on over-unders. Really shine on player props. Put 15 and 8 on Josh Allen passing props, 23% ROI. Rhythm also has MLB, WNBA, golf, and college football. So get your 7-day free trial, sportsgambling.com/rhythm. All right, D-Rock, next game is off the board as well. Chicago versus Minnesota. I see Savali for the White Sox. Do you see anybody for Minnesota? I don't think I've seen anybody all day.
Yeah, I think it's Bailey Ober.
I like Ober. Any thoughts on this game? I mean, no lines, so it's kind of hard to project. But you had any thoughts on this game?
I thought I saw a -167 for.
Okay, cool. I didn't see it. It's not.
Yeah, -175 for Minnesota, +145 for Chicago. Total is at 8.5. To be honest, I don't understand how the Twins are that big of a favorite. I know it's the White Sox, but let's not act like Minnesota's been playing any better as of late. Both 3-7 in their last 10. Chicago actually won today. I heard you like Bailey Ober. He's personally a fade for me. He's given up 2+ runs in 10 of his 11 games, and the Twins have lost his last 4 of the 5 road starts. Minnesota's only averaging around 4 runs per game this season. And to be honest, Aaron Savali I think he's been much better on the road than at home this season. He's only given up 3 runs on the road. He's only given up 3 runs on the road in his last 18 innings. White Sox are 2-1 in those 3 road starts. My numbers only made him a -145 favorite. Personally, I think the value's with the White Sox. I know you don't like backing them on the road. I understand, but I would not lay this type of number with Minnesota.
Yeah, now I will preface this. I do like Ober, but I don't like this price. I don't like laying this type of price. I like Ober when he's a dog. I don't trust Minnesota. Chicago's been feisty. I just talked about it. Like they won today against the Yankees, and they had the Yankees pretty much dead to right and just couldn't come through with a base hit, and they lost it in extras, just typical White Sox fashion. But they're feisty. I like Savale as well. I'm looking at runs in this game. Savale's hit rate's been up, and since August 2nd, where he had 7 1/3 scoreless, he's allowed 21 combined in 4 starts. So he's been trending in the wrong direction. I don't really trust Minnesota's offense a ton, but against the White Sox, who if Savale can't go, 5 2/3 and get to that bullpen early, I think we could see some runs. So over would be the best look for me. I completely agree with you, though. It would be White Sox or pass for me as far as the price. Next up, we got the St. Louis Cardinals going against the Athletics, -150 with Sonny Gray on the mound. Do you see a picture for the Athletics? I don't see a picture for them as well.
Athletic, Luis Morales.
Okay, cool. Total is 8. I like over, to be completely honest with you, and I'm not laying 150 with Sonny Gray. I can't do it. I faded him. Me and Mal both faded him over the weekend, and that worked out pretty well. The A's have been playing pretty well, 6-4 the last 10. St. Louis has been inconsistent, 500 the last 10. Gray's too inconsistent. Hit rate's high. I trust the A's lineup, especially at the top. So give me over 8. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's a complicated handicap because it's really not. 8 is kind of low. Me and Mal say this all the time. Or me and Scott, one of us. Both teams get to 4. And we get over this number. So I like over 8. I would be on the A's, if anything. Can't lay 150 with Gray. Not right now.
Yeah, Sonny Gray is definitely one of those pitchers you back at home and not on the road. I made the Cardinals a -160 favorite. I get the number. Gray has been much better in August. I mean, July, he was terrible. July was every start you wanted to fade him. The offense has picked up a little in the series versus Cincinnati. But now going against Luis Morales, who, he's looked good in the A's in just 5 starts. Small sample size, but they're letting him go a little longer. He's been good so far for the A's. Both offenses really haven't been scoring a ton of runs this past week or so. 2 solid pitchers. I'm actually going to be on the other side. I think we could see a low-scoring game. My total came out to 7.9, so it's right at the number. But if anything, I would lean with the A's. I think the value is definitely with the I almost said Oakland with Sacramento, but I would actually take the under if anything in this game.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a game I'm gonna bet though.
Yeah, I can see your point. I just think that, man, that the A's they've been hitting the ball pretty well, and then St. Louis is volatile, so you never know with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll go into a better game. I would say Chicago is at 405. Chicago is hosting Atlanta. We got Rhea on the mound, -125 against Spencer Strider, +105. Total is 7.5. What you got for this one, D-Rock?
Yeah, it's Cubs -125. Great price, I think, at home for Chicago. My numbers made him a -135 favorite. I don't know about you, Lonte. I cannot back Spencer Strider on the road. 2-6 straight up, 5.10 ERA. He might have been the worst pitcher in August. 10.13 ERA. The Braves have lost 5 of his last 6 starts. There's just no way I could honestly back him right now. And on the other side, I know Colin Ray hasn't been the best either, but he has been backable for the Cubs. They have the better lineup. He's the better pitcher. They have the better bullpen. Braves are 15 games under 500 on the road. I did not have that on my bingo card to start the season. They just give up.
Sometimes to go to the World Series. Trust me.
Exactly. So I think they've been very underwhelming in a tough spot here against a very good hitting team in Chicago. I think -125 is a very fair price. I'll take the Cubs.
Yeah, I like the Cubs as well, man. I mean, you talked about Strider. Just not like he's one of those guys where the name outweighs the production, and the books just are not going to put a good price, I don't think. So we're always going to get value on the opposite side. And Chicago's 6-4 the last 10. They're home after 3 straight road losses, and this is the 3rd straight road series for Atlanta. They're 2-4 so far. I mean, Strider is coming off, a pretty good start, but he has not been good. Like you talked about, you went over the numbers. Hit rate's been sky high. I mean, in Wrigley, I think the Cubs should be able to get to him, especially with Rhea coming off his worst start of the month at San Francisco. But outside of that, I mean, he's been pretty dominant, especially at home, 2 or less in 5 of his last 6 at home. 125 is a little too short for me. So I'm going to take the minus 125. I may look at a team total over for, I don't know what the wind is going to do in Wrigley tomorrow, but I would look at a team total over for the Cubs, because if Spencer Strider doesn't have it early, they could get, 4 or 5 runs off of him within the first 3 innings. So I like the Cubs, I like the team total over for the Cubs as well. Going on to the next one, this would be pretty short and sweet. We got Colorado hosting San Francisco, 4-10 start. Dollander against Wisenhunt, minus 155 for San Francisco, which is crazy even against Colorado. Plus 130. Over under is 11.5. I like Wisenhunt. I don't like the price. I love the under in the game. I do think Dollander. So with him, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's good, because he's not. But he's had 2 really good starts where he's allowed 2 combined, and that was on the road. He's had 2 bad starts. We allowed 11 combined, and that was at home. So I think he's somewhere in the middle. And I know that's a 9-run stretch, but I don't think that Colorado or San Francisco will be able to score here a ton. I know it's in Coors. San Francisco's been playing well, especially offensively. I mean, they're 6-1 in the last 7. Offense has looked good. And Wisenhunt's been, it's a small sample, but he's been solid. He needs to cut down on the walks, but he's faced Chicago, Milwaukee, and the Mets. 3 solid offenses, and he's held his own. So I trust him to, I don't want to say hold down Colorado, because it's not much to hold down, but I trust him to not give up a ton of contact, a ton of runs here. And I think Dollander can go well. Even if he gives up 4 or 5, I don't think San Francisco gives up a ton. So I like under 11.5. Colorado's under in 7 of their last 10. I would take the 1.5 with Colorado, if anything, but not really a strong feeling on the side. But I do like the under.
Yeah, I love the Giants here on the road. I just can't back Dollander here. 9.88 ERA, 45 runs given up in 41 innings. Pirates hitting 341 off of him. I know the Giants only scored 1 run on Saturday, but prior to that, they scored double-digit runs in 2 of their last 3 games. They're winning 3-0 right now on Sunday. And now going against a bad pitcher in elevation, I just think this is a bad spot for the Rockies. The offense hasn't been good, and Carson Wisenhunt, isn't the best pitcher, but he has been solid on the road this season. Small sample size, but against the Brewers and the Mets, he did well. 2 teams that are much better than the Rockies. So
right.
I think he'll do fine. I agree on your under. My total came out to 10.9. So I love the under 11.5, but plus money on the Rockies run line. Minus 148 is a very fair price. I like San Francisco big here. Cool.
I think we kind of, I don't disagree, because I'm not betting it, and that's the only way that I would say I disagree. But just like Colorado's been feisty. I know that the score wise they fought for a little bit, but I know San Francisco is playing well, but man, they can come out and score nothing or 1 run. So I can't trust them. It's just stay away from me, except for the total. I like the under. Moving on to a much better game. We got Milwaukee facing off against Philly at 4-10. Mizorowski is laying 160. He's going up against Taijuan Walker, plus 135. Over under of 9. And D-Rock, I think for the last maybe week, I want to say week and a half, I've not been fading Milwaukee. We paid dividends during their streak. I think we were riding them pretty much during that whole entire streak. I think they won 15 of 16 or something like that. And they were still getting plus money in certain situations, which was ridiculous. In this spot, I'm going to go against them, man. I think that Philly is playing well, 6-4 last 10. They had a good weekend versus Atlanta. Walker's been inconsistent, but outside of his last start, he's been solid on the road. I can back that. But speaking of inconsistencies, man, how long is Mizorowski going to go? He's not went 5 innings since July 6th, before his last start. He's coming off a season high in pitches, so I know they want to manage him and kind of make it to the postseason with him being a little bit more healthy. So I'm looking at Phillies here at plus 136. I really do think Philly is live in the first 5 as well. I'm leaning the first 5 under as well. So I like Philly and the first 5 under. Wouldn't shock me if we see Philly kind of put it on Milwaukee in this specific game, just because of, Mizorowski coming off the innings pitch, the highest innings pitched of the season. They want to monitor him. I think Philly can take advantage of that, man. So I'm going to go with Philly with the plus money. Also first 5 under as well.
Yeah, I do hope the Brewers win, to say that. I only made them a -150 favorite here at home. If anything, I actually would take the over 8.5. My total came out to a flat 9. You know, we have seen the offense open back up for the Brewers as of late. And honestly, a very competitive series versus Toronto. Now they get Taijuan Walker, who you mentioned it. He's been okay, but he just got beat up in his last start versus the Mets. And I know Mizorowski, you know, hasn't looked the best, really hasn't gone long into games, but you know, in August, he's given up 3+ runs in 3 straight games. And his last 2 home starts, they ended in double digits. So I think we'll see a high-scoring game here. I do think the Phillies are alive, but I would take a high-scoring game. I'm hoping Milwaukee takes care of them and sweeps them, but I think over 8.5 at -110 is a good play.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Next game I got off the board. I got pitchers, but we're off the board. I got Baltimore and Kyle Bradish going against San Diego and Cease. Did you see any numbers on this?
I'm just double checking as we speak, and I do not see any. No.
Yeah, so we can move on. I mean, I don't know if you got something to add, but I mean, I would maybe look at an over, just to be honest. I don't really trust Cease, or I'm not a Cease guy. Bradish is whatever. Baltimore's been struggling mightily. Not sure what the price is going to be, but I would look at an over. Interested to what you have the total as. I would guess what, 8.5, 8 maybe.
Actually 7.9. It's right at the 8.
8, yeah, I thought so.
No lines, but to be honest, I'm not. This is another game I'm not going to bet, and I want no part of either of these teams, or the Orioles specifically. 2-8, straight up in their last 10, and I'm not the big. I should advocate for my follow Dylan's, but I'm not a real Dylan Cease guy, but he is much better at home. I'll give him credit where it's due. He's 6-3 at home. Batters only hitting 221 off of him. Now he will give up a few runs, but yes, Padres usually win his games. In fact, the Padres are 6-1 straight up in his last 7 home starts. And you know, we mentioned it earlier. We kind of like to fade guys, or at least get a little more sample size before we start to back them. It's the same thing with Kyle Bradish here. He's only making his 2nd start. You know, he really wasn't bad against Boston last week, but the offense is broken, and they didn't get him any run support. I don't trust the bullpen of Baltimore's. They don't really score on the road, and I just think Cease is going to do a good job limiting the bats. He'll give up 1 or 2. I think we see like a 6-2, maybe 6-3 type of game. I made the Padres a -155 favorite, but it seems kind of high. I wouldn't lay that with Dylan Cease.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. He's just too inconsistent. He is better at home, but I would look at an over, to be honest with you. I think this is the best offense that Bradish will face in the short sample size. But
yeah,
San Diego, yeah, I don't know what to do with them, so I just kind of stay away from them. So we'll go into the penultimate game. We got Shane Baz and Tampa Bay at home. Well, I put home in quotations. Even money with Luis Castillo, -120 for Seattle. Over under 8.5. D-Rock, I've been betting Tampa Bay Rays overs for about a month. They've been okay to me. I think this is another spot where I really like them. They're over in 7 of 10. Seattle's over in 6 of 10. When I look at both pitchers, I don't really trust them to do anything. Baz is winless in his last 10 starts. He's 0-8 with a 6.58 ERA, 22 runs in 5 August starts, 19 earned in his last 3 home starts. Castillo's been, his hit rate's been sky high, man. He's got 8 home runs in his last 5 games, 14 earned in his last 3. 5 or less innings pitched in 4 of his last 5, so he's been erratic. I think both teams. This is another sample where both teams get to 4 and we get over. This is probably one of my favorite looks on the board. If I had to pick a side, I would take Tampa and Baz. Although nothing I really love.
That's scary.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, but Castillo's just too inconsistent. I mean, he's throwing. Yeah. I mean, he's throwing the ball like he's throwing it right over to like batting practice, pretty much. And Tampa, I mean, they're erratic, but they can be pretty good offensively at times. And I think if Castillo's not on his game, they could get to him. But over, I love the over.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's my favorite play of the day. I see 8s out there on FanDuel at -120.
Yep.
It's insane. My total came out to 9.4. I think the number is way off, especially with Shane Baz at home. 7.06 ERA. Batters hit almost 300 off him. You mentioned the overs for both teams, 7-10 for Tampa, 6-10 for Seattle. And just look at it. You mentioned at home, Tampa could score some runs. They're averaging 4.63. Seattle's better on the road offensively, almost averaging 5 runs. I just don't. And with the inconsistency of Castillo, I think he is the better pitcher. When his stuff is on, he is the better pitcher.
Yeah, for sure.
But you don't know what you're going to get out of him.
Exactly.
That's the problem. I'm not going to bank on them. Even laying -119, people say, oh, that's a fair price. Not really with the way Seattle's been playing right now. And Tampa's actually been winning some games recently. I know it's against Washington. Take that as you will, but they are winning games. And the over is extremely profitable on the road for Seattle, 38-29. So I agree. 8. I see 8.5, but you could still get 8 at -120 if you don't mind paying the juice. I think the number's way off, Lonte.
Yeah, completely agree with you, man. Before we get into the last game, talk to you about Underdog. Underdog Baseball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Baseball is the best way to play fantasy football. I completely agree with that. Underdog also great place to play Pick'em, where you can win up to 500 extra entry. Underdog's also got a brand new offer to new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up using the promo code SGPN MLB or MLB SGPN. I'm sorry. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Since Novig is an exchange, you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novid app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in the action with Novid, promo code SGPN. All right, D-Rock, let's end with a banger. We got Texas going to Arizona. Nelson is on the mound for Arizona, -150, +125 with Patrick Corbin. Total is 9.5. What you got for this one?
Yeah, I see -142 over on FanDuel for Arizona. I don't mind that. My numbers made him a -150 favorite. Ryan Nelson actually has been pretty good at home this year for the Snakes. I know sneaky spot for him on the road, not so much, but 5-1 at home, 2.42 ERA. Batter's only hitting 2.04 off of him, and going against Texas, who we don't like to back them on the road. On the road, they are not a very good team. I know they're playing good baseball right now, 8-2, but I actually would take Arizona. I think we're going to see some runs in this game as well. Maybe a team total over for Arizona. They've been scoring the ball really well lately, and they've been playing really good baseball against good teams. That's what's actually very telling. Against the Brewers, against the Dodgers. They're doing it with their pitching as well. I mean, they 1 run given up in 2 straight games against the Dodgers. They won 6-1 and 3-0. They're doing it with their bullpen as well, which is very surprising because I really don't trust their bullpen. But yeah, I probably would take Arizona here. I know -142 is kind of steep, but I would take them. I would also see some runs. My total came out to 9.8.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just keep it. We can just roll this into the lock because that's Arizona 2-unit play for me. I love them in this spot. Absolutely love them. It's 140, 142. I mean, anything, I would lay 150. I was prepared to lay 150 because I see that's a number, but you can find better, 142, 145. Like, you can find better, but just for grading purposes, I mean, we can take the 150. I love the spot for them. The 7-3 in the last 10. You talked about their 4 big wins, 2 over the Dodgers, 2 over Milwaukee. I mean, Nelson's been really good, 2 or less in 5 of his last 8. He's solid at home. Corbin is coming off 8 scoreless. So this is pretty much his best outing of the year. I always like to fade. I think that's an outlier. Although he's been better, I do like to fade pitchers who are not accustomed to having that kind of success on a consistent basis.
But that was at home too.
Exactly. That too. Yeah, that too. And he had 11 earned in his last 2 road starts. So this is a perfect spot for me. I'll put 2 units on Arizona. That's going to be my lock, to be quite honest with you. And I can roll that. I mean, we're going to roll it into the lock and dog section. And that would be my lock. My dog is going to be Philly. I think we talked about it. Plus 135, 136. I mean, Mizorowski, I know he's coming off the season high of his innings pitched. He's a good pitcher. I don't really know how long they want to stretch him. I think Philly has been playing well. So I'm gonna take Philly plus 135. That's my lock and dog right there, D-Right. What you got for your lock and dog?
Yeah, so for my lock, it is going to be that total in that Seattle game we just saw. I just think the market is wrong now. I see even at 8.5. Like I said, my total came out to 9.4, especially with Shane Baz at home. I think we're going to see a ton of runs with these two teams. Don't care who wins, let's just see some runs. So that's going to be my lock. As my dog, I did give out some plus money plays. I think it's ugly, but I think I'm going to go the White Sox. I just can't back Bailey
That's
over
fair.
here at that price. I think the value is with Chicago. And Aaron Savali's been pretty decent on the road. That's where you want to back them. So maybe first 5 money line. Regardless, you're going to get plus money somewhere. I would take Chicago here. They've been feisty recently. They played a good series against the Yankees, even though they lost it. They've been very competitive. So I'll take Chicago here. There's no way Minnesota should be that big of a favorite.
Yeah, man, that's going to do it. We just broke down the card less than 45 minutes. So everybody can get back to their I'll get back to sweating this Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech plus 7.
Yeah, I got a better number, D-Rock.
What you got?
Yeah, I got 8.5 over the summer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got them on the money line too. I got the under. So
South Carolina, I think, is a fade.
Overrated.
I don't think I think they're so overrated.
Yeah, I'll take their under as well. But yeah, man. Hopefully we got some winners, and we'll start off the week really good. I think me and Scott are back tomorrow. D-Rock, enjoy your Sunday, brother. Hope you have a good week ahead. Hope everybody else has a good week ahead. Good long week. We got a long weekend, so enjoy that. Stay safe. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.